Hey, what's up you guys? Bloody Jacob here to bring you a movie review of Alien 3. I have a Blu-ray copy right here. I know it's a bit random, but I've been meaning to do more horror reviews on my channel again. And, I've seen the prior two Alien films, Alien and Aliens. I've seen the AVP films. Still haven't brought myself to watch Resurrection yet, but when I do, I'll let you guys know. So I just watched this movie last night, and before we get into how I actually felt about it, I do really enjoy the Alien movies. I enjoy the Predator movies. I even like the AVP movies to an extent. And I actually find the Alien movies, at least the first two, to be better than the Predator films, at least to me. I do like the Predator movies, but I just think the Alien movies have more to them. They have a little bit more going on, a little bit more to chew on, really. I'm even a big fan of Arnold Schwarzenegger, but past that, I definitely prefer Alien and Aliens to Predator. And Predator 2 is alright, and then Predators is whereas the first two Alien movies are some of the best sci-fi horror films ever made. So I can't put them on another level, really. Although I prefer the Predators as species, I just find the Alien franchises put out better films. But when it comes to this one, and as far as I hear Resurrection, it starts to slide a little bit. But I was still somewhat interested to watch Alien 3. I'll admit I haven't seen it before. Just because of all the crap I had heard about it, I guess I just avoided it for all these years. But I finally decided to sit down and watch it because I had just watched Chris Stuckman's video. He did sort of an analysis video with a friend of his about when studios interfere and everything on this movie on his channel. So yeah, go to Chris Stuckman's channel and look at that. It's a really good video. They go into a lot of the production stuff quite a bit, a lot of the issues that went on behind the scenes and everything like that between the director and the studio, Sigourney Weaver, everything like that. So definitely watch that video. I'll link you to it at the end of this one. I'm sure most of you guys are subscribed to Stuckman anyway, so you probably already watched it, but still. I was still somewhat eager to watch this because, it still has a ton of potential in the movie. You're probably hearing my dog right now. She's sleeping. She tends to kind of make some noises when she's in a deep sleep, so, yeah. Anyway. Alien 3. It had a ton of potential. There's little things about it that are actually, potentially really good factors, really good elements, but then it's just not brought to light enough, or there's other things overshadowing the good it does. I'll explain, or I'll read the basis of the story to you real quick. The film stars Sigourney Weaver reprising her role as Ellen Ripley. She and an alien organism are the only ones to survive the Colonial Marine spaceship. Slocco's escape pods crash on a planet, housing a penal colony populated by violent male inmates. So basically, she's trapped in this, prison type of world, this prison type of setting, and of course there's rapists, killers, locked in there with her and everything like that. So that's pretty much a story right there. The first thing the movie does wrong is, killing off Newt and Hicks. It's right at the start, they're just dead, when Ripley wakes up pretty much. And we get kind of a, hard to watch scene with her, autopsy a little bit later. It just felt odd, though, that they established such a bond and connection with them in the other films, and then they're just dead at the beginning of this one. Just that choice kind of felt a bit weird to me. But, it is what it is, I guess. And the location, the prison, one of the things potentially good about the movie. I'll admit I do like the environment. I kind of like the premise, or the setting anyway. It calls for, or it could easily have that same type of feel as the first two Alien movies did. The first Alien movie is a master of suspense and build up and everything like that. The second one, it's a bit more on the action side of things. It's a little more action oriented, but still had a good way of building up intensity and everything like that. But the issue with this one, it has the setting to do that again, but it doesn't. I didn't feel like any tenseness at all throughout this, unfortunately. I'm not easily scared anymore. I've just seen a ton and ton of horror movies in my almost 21 years on this world. So I'm not really scared by a lot of horror movies anymore, but I still look for a horror movie, a good one, to give me that, just to sort of tense up my body in a way. And if it does that, I think it's good. But this movie didn't really click with me. It didn't really, worry me at all. It didn't make me feel worried for the characters or anything, really. And there's no real memorable, chase or horror sequence or anything, honestly. So that's unfortunate. Sigourney Weaver as Ripley, she's fine in this movie. I know for a lot of people, she's kind of like this ultimate, a hero horror movie survivor and everything like that. I've never been as crazy about her as others have. I think she's alright. I honestly think she's a little bit dull. But, she's fine in this movie. She has some decent moments. I guess one of the behind-the-scenes things, though, is that she didn't want to use any guns because she had actually won an Oscar or something for one of the previous films, so she got to demand a little bit more. So she didn't want guns involved because of how she feels about them. And this creates this, kind of plot hole type of thing. They're this maximum security prison, but they have no weapons, no guns, nothing. So that definitely feels a little bit odd. It feels that's a little bit too stupid for the characters not to have somewhere. But, performance-wise, Sigourney Weaver is fine. Charles Dance, he played Jonathan Clemens. He's a former inmate who now serves as the facility's doctor. He treats Ripley. And for a while, he seems like our secondary main character. And I really like Charles Dance. He's done a ton of movies over the years, and a lot of people now remember him as Tywin on Game of Thrones. He's an excellent actor, and he was my favorite part of the movie. Let me just bring up a picture of him right here. Yeah, he was definitely my favorite part of the movie. Along with Sigourney Weaver, I guess. He was definitely the best acting wise, and I felt like he was the most interesting character. Honestly, he had a lot of depth. I liked how Charles Dance portrayed the moments we did have with him. Excuse me a second, guys. Alright, sorry about that. Excuse the dogs. But anyway, he was honestly my favorite part of the movie. I just really like him a lot as an actor. And, spoiler warning, his character is killed in kind of anticlimactic fashion, in my opinion, almost halfway through the movie or so. And I found that to be a little bit random. I get the shock of the death and everything. You didn't really expect him to die right then and there. But at the same time, I felt like it was a little bit of a waste. And as far as the rest of the acting was fine. There wasn't really any other memorable actor in the movie, honestly, at least performance-wise. I know a lot of people like Charles S. Dutton. He was alright, I guess, but he came off a little bit over the top for me. He's like the spiritual, sort of a leader of the prisoners. And it just didn't click for me as he did for some, apparently. Again, I apologize for the dogs right now. It's just my aunt's dog, my Penny, my pit bull. She's fine. It's always the little Jack Russell running around barking his head off. But anyway, as far as other things about the movie, the alien itself, they do something a little bit different. And the face hugger gets to a dog. It comes out of that, and so we get the dog alien, kinda. I guess there's also an ox in the assembly cut or something. I haven't watched the assembly cut, by the way. I've been told I should, but it doesn't sound like it's that much better of a movie. Maybe it is for some, I don't know. But I hadn't seen it before, so I just thought I should watch what was actually put out initially and go from there. I will watch the assembly cut at some point, though, but I'm not really expecting much more from it. But hey, I could be wrong. The alien itself, it does look pretty good. There are some really good shots of practical effects, with animatronics and different things like that. It does look really good at times, and like in this shot here, it's one more of the iconic camera work parts of the movie. But then in other instances, it uses this really, really bad CGI. I didn't really get that. They could have this really good, practical effect going on, but then just bad, obvious CGI. So I didn't really get that either. And of course, at the end of the movie, you have Ripley sacrificing herself because she was infected. Chest burster in her. So she kind of sacrificed herself at the end. And of course, they bring her back in Resurrection just because the studio wanted to make money. But overall, Alien 3, it's not as bad as fans say, but it's also not as great as others say. It's definitely a controversial movie among the fan base. It's decent, it's not awful, but it's not great either. It's alright. And if I had to rate it, I would rate it about a C, maybe a C minus or so. But it is what it is, I guess. I was hoping to enjoy it a little bit more, but it's definitely not as horrid as some do make it out to be. So yeah, let me know what you guys think about Alien 3. Catch me on, follow me on Facebook, Twitter, like, subscribe, I'll catch you guys next time. Peace.